In November 2018, New York Magazine ran an article recounting the eerie tale of the Broaddus family, a family who had just bought an imposing old mansion at 657 Boulevard in Westfield. The mansion, built in 1950 and boasting 6 spacious bedrooms, had long been considered the crown jewel of the neighborhood. For Derek and Maria Broaddus, it was meant to be the perfect home for their growing family. Yet within just 3 days of moving in, a sinister presence began to make itself known. Maria, a Westfield native drawn to the town's scenic landscapes and quiet streets, had always felt at home here. Derek, who had grown up in Maine, found a curious familiarity in Westfield's rustic charm. But that first fateful evening shattered any semblance of normalcy. After finishing his painting, Derek stepped outside to fetch the mail. Among the usual bills lay a thick white envelope, strikingly out of place, its appearance reminiscent of a postcard from a rural farm. On the front, in a clumsy, almost trembling hand, was a handwritten address that read like a welcome from a neighbor. Assuming it was merely a friendly greeting, Derek carried the mail inside. However, when he set aside the bills, his eyes were drawn back to the mysterious envelope. With a growing sense of dread, he unfolded it. The letter began with an unsettling cordiality.
Dear new neighbor of 657 Boulevard, I welcome you to the neighborhood. This house should have been a cherished treasure for my family for generations. Now, having stood here for 180 years, I have been entrusted with guarding its secrets. My grandfather watched over it in the 1920s, and my father in the 1960s. Now it is my turn. If you know the history of this house, you know what lurks within its walls. I have seen why you are here, and I will soon uncover all there is to know.
First, Derek thought it was a cruel joke. But as he read on, his blood ran cold. The writer went on to describe every minute detail of their renovations, the contractors at work, the exact rooms being altered, even noting the number of children he had observed.
I have counted 3, the letter taunted. Perhaps you plan on more, filling these walls with young blood. When I learn their names, I shall lure them to me.
The letter concluded with a chilling invitation.
Welcome, new friends. Welcome to the party. Let the watching begin.
Derek's heart pounded as terror gripped him. No longer could he dismiss the message as a prank. With shaking hands, he hurried inside and began to secure every door and window. Police were called immediately. An officer listened intently as Derek read the letter aloud, baffled by the intimate details and the menacing tone. When asked if they had any enemies, neither Derek nor Maria could imagine who might harbor such a malignant obsession. A patrol soon inspected the property. They noted only stray tools left from the renovations on the back terrace, items that somehow seemed out of place, as if deliberately left behind. Police advised the Broaddus not to mention the letter to their new neighbors, for some of them were already under suspicion. In the days that followed, the nightmare only deepened. One afternoon, Maria retrieved another envelope from the mailbox, the same thick black handwriting scrawled across it. This letter was even more aggressive.
Welcome again to your new home at 657 Boulevard. I have observed every move, the way you unpack each box, the methodical renovations, even the secrets hidden within your walls. I know your names, Mr. and Mrs. Broaddus, and the order in which your children were born. I have had dominion over this house for more than 20 years. Greed brought you here, and now your ambition has given me my due. Enjoy your moving gift. I will always be watching.
Every word seemed to echo through the silent corridors of the mansion. The Broaddus' once bright dreams of a new beginning were replaced by a suffocating fear. Each creak in the night, each whisper of wind against the old walls, served as a reminder that they were not alone. The mysterious watcher claimed every window, every passing car, as his vantage point from which he observed their every move. Desperate for answers, Derek and Maria reached out to the previous owners, John and Andrea Woods, who had lived in the house for 23 years. The Woods revealed that they, too, had received similar letters, cryptic messages urging them to bring forth fresh blood and warning of dire consequences. Though the police took the matter seriously, their investigation yielded little evidence. No fingerprints, no trace of the sender. Only one odd clue, a DNA profile extracted from the envelope's adhesive, which astonishingly belonged to a woman. Rumors began to circulate among the neighbors. Suspicion fell on the Langford family, a longtime resident whose eerie behavior and murmurings only added to the paranoia. Michael Langford, in particular, was eyed with distrust, though nothing concrete ever linked him to the sinister correspondence. Over time, the letters escalated in their brutality. One especially harrowing missive threatened calamities, car accidents, mysterious fires, even a mild illness from which recovery was impossible. The Watcher seemed to orchestrate misfortune as if it were part of some ancient, cursed ritual. Every threat, every detail was a reminder that no one was truly safe, not even in the sanctity of one's home. The Broaddus lives were transformed into a waking nightmare. Every shadow, every sound in the dark, reminded them of the unseen eyes that watched from the windows and the silent figures lurking just beyond the reach of the streetlights. They eventually attempted to sell the property, first as a whole, then even in 2 separate units, but no buyer was willing to risk the cursed legacy of 657 Boulevard. In 2016, a new letter arrived, even more aggressive than before.
Perhaps a car accident, perhaps a fire, or maybe something as simple as a mild illness from which you never recover. Every day, every night, you will feel the weight of despair. Perhaps even a beloved pet will die under mysterious circumstances. Soon, those dearest to you will vanish, and I will be there to watch it all unfold.
Then, in 2018, the final soul-crushing message arrived.
The house ate you. The Watcher has won.
By August 2019, overwhelmed by terror and despair, the Broaddus sold the mansion to new owners. As if sealing their tragic fate, Netflix later acquired the rights to turn this true story into a feature film, a macabre testament to the legacy of a haunted home and the relentless unseen force that had shattered one family's life. Thus, what began as the promise of a dream home turned into a relentless horror, a tale of ancestral grudges, invasive obsessions, and a presence that lurked in every shadow, forever haunting the halls of 657 Boulevard.
That's it for tonight's tale. But don't worry, there's always more where that came from. Be sure to stay tuned for even more nerve-thrilling horror stories every single week. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join us here at the Hollow Horror. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Until then, stay safe. Or stay scared. See you next time.